There is a problem in Cameroon, and the problem is spiritual. And that is why I am calling on all men and women of God to pray for Cameroon, that the yoke should be broken or will be broken come October this year. There will be a presidential election in Cameroon this October 2025. And we are praying and we are calling on all men and women of God. Whether you are a pastor, an imam, a traditionalist, a Christian, what we are saying is that all of you should bow down and pray to your God. If you do not believe in any God, pray to nature that the yoke over Cameroon will be broken this October. President Paul Biya and the entire CPDM are the yoke over Cameroon. They are the darkness covering Cameroon. And if this is not broken, Cameroonians will perish all. If this is our first time on TFA Talking Point, I am not asking you today to subscribe to TFA Talking Point. I am asking you, as you are listening to this video, go down on your knee and pray for our nation, Cameroon. Cameroonians cannot speak. Cameroonians cannot stand up against the maltreatment coming from the government of President Paul Biya. Cameroonians are disappearing every blessed day. Many people are asking, why are you people afraid? We are afraid because we want to live. Cameroon is not like any other nations where they will arrest you and put you in prison. We all are willing to go to prison. Cameroon to me is a crime scene and should be a offense for investigation. That is my prayer. And the only problem we are having is President Paul Biya and the CPDM, the elite, the traditional rulers, top businessmen and women, top government officials. These are the people manipulating, maltreating, and pushing millions of Cameroonians below poverty line and trampling upon them. And that is why I am asking you for prayer over Cameroon. That is the only thing I'm asking from you. So if you are listening to me, this is the only thing I am asking you to do. Even men and women of God, bishops came out and say they prefer a devil to take over power from President Paul Biya this year. If bishops of the Catholic Church, men of God are saying this, they have seen it spiritually, that President Paul Biya is the darkness over Cameroon. And that is why I am calling you that our God that we worship is a mighty God, a promise keeper. We cannot do anything because President Paul Biya and the CPDM, with all these elite, the traditional rulers, they have the common police that they brainwash. They have the common gendarmes that they brainwash. They have the common military that they have washed out their brain in their favor. And instruction is shoot and kill. And they have been doing it. They are doing it, and they will continue doing it. There is nothing that we can do apart from prayer now. That come this October, there will be confusions amongst all these elite traditional rulers, those manipulating Cameroon in their own favor at the detriment of the common people. That there will be total confusions amongst them. And they, at the end, after the presidential election, come this October, they will hide their faces in shame because of your prayer. I am begging you to pray for Cameroon. If you look at that nation, it is very beautiful on pieces of paper, but terrible in reality. Moving from one place to another in Cameroon is like going on a voluntary suicide mission, because you do not know whether you will return because of insecurity or because of bad road accident. You do not know. This is Cameroon in reality. And there is nothing we can do. Journalists cannot say anything. Civil society leaders cannot do anything. Everybody being manipulated. Because President Paul Biya for 43 years decided to engage in searching for the most wicked, evil people all over Cameroon to form his government. And they are there all together, maltreating, marginalizing, and trampling upon the common people in Cameroon. I look at myself many times and I cry out. I say, God, why? But I am now understanding why God created me as a Cameroonian, so that I can speak out. I can pray for deliverance. Because Cameroon needs one. Seriously, Cameroon needs one. Urgently, Cameroon needs your prayer. Pray for Cameroon. For 42 years in power as president, 92 years old, and then he is still seeking for another 7 years in office. And in Cameroon, ask all Cameroonians, there is nothing that President Paul Biya has accomplished for 43 years in power. If you see Cameroon and say, this is not how Cameroon was in 1990s, it is better now. All the buildings you are seeing are owned by private individuals, mostly foreigners. There is no road in Cameroon, no drinkable water, no electricity, no school to go to. He created political school without benches, school without infrastructure, school without teachers. Created hospital that he himself, even divisional officers, are ashamed to go there. And we say he is doing something. If you see 1 kilometer of road in Cameroon, 80% of the budget borrowed from China, Russia, United States of America, International Monetary Fund. There is no project in Cameroon. The new National Assembly, named after President Paul Biya, is a gift to Cameroonians from China. No 1 franc that Cameroonians contributed. The only thing they contributed is in putting fuel in a vehicle and for a convoy to go see. This is Cameroon for Cameroonians. And all we need is your prayer. Look at the Anglophone crisis he created. More than 10,000 people brutally killed. And the man stood up and said he held on to the military solution. He does not care. But people are going into the early grave every blessed day. Children do not have school to go to, food to eat. Our parents, Cameroonians today, do not know whether they should be finding food or trying not to get killed by their own fellow Cameroonians under the leadership of a 92 years old man who's supposed to be home playing with his great-grandchildren. But he is there in power, disgracing Cameroon all over internationally. And when you say, you should not insult an elderly, it is not an insult. I have respect for elderly people, but it is the truth. It might be bitter, but it must be spoken.